Alright, before we actually start today's video, it has come to my attention that in my last hunter video, I never created my large fur sack as well as my large meat sack. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Should have done this on day one, but sometimes I'm a little late to updates. But you guys let me know about this in the comment section below, so thank you for that. And now that we've created these two very beneficial sacks, we can officially start today's video. We are going to be doing 10 hours of hunting Moonlight Antelopes. Don't forget your teasing stick like I did in my very first inventory. But yeah, for this video, you just need a teasing stick, the two sacks if you're able to get them, as well as a knife. And I personally was just using normal logs, so I had 10,000 of those in the bank, and usually I brought anywhere from 19 to 21 per inventory. That was really just dependent on what other items I was bringing. For example, later on, I end up bringing a chisel in order to use it on the antelope antlers, and that way I can make bolts. Making bolts is beneficial because the bolts are about, you get about 12 per antler that you use a chisel on, and those are about 15 to 20% more valuable than the actual antler. So it's up to you if you want to hunt these antelopes and bank all the antlers and then just kind of chisel them away and be a little AFK later on, or if you just want to bring a chisel and do it while you hunt them, you can definitely do that. Maybe bring a log basket and try to extend your trips, but I didn't really care for this method because number one, I don't have a log basket, and number two, I didn't really mind the banking. I mean, I was able to catch anywhere from 19 to 22 antelopes per inventory, and since this area is just beneath the hunter guild, it takes no time at all to bank with a max cape or crafting cape. So that was kind of my method. It took me a few inventories to also learn that you can bring a dragon bone necklace or just a bone crusher, and the big bones that you receive from hunting these Moonlight Antelopes will be buried automatically. So that's an extra 15 prayer XP per hunt, on top of the already decent 450 hunter XP. And of course, you get a little bit of fletching. Even later on in the video, I decided to bring a rune pouch and a steam staff just to get more XP because, I thought it was kind of cool getting multiple skills XP in the same hour. So I was doing magic imbue on the lunar spellbook, and I was getting some relatively cheap magic XP while I was doing hunter, but that was later on, just to kind of make it a little more interesting, since this is kind of a repetitive monster to grind, but it does fascinate me. I've really only hunted chinchompas in my life before this update, so it's really cool to check these things out. There's also sunlight antelopes, but I'll be covering those in another video, which you should see in a few days from now. But overall, we're just making money and we're making some hunter XP happen. I was averaging about 89k XP an hour in my very first hour, and we are banking the antlers, the meat, the fur, everything you can imagine, because we're going to be selling it all for profit, really to see what we can make GP wise per hour at these Moonlight Antelopes. I mean, it requires 91 hunter to do, and at 90k XP an hour, it's not the best thing in the world, but maybe the GP will offset that, right? And that's what I hope to see. So we're going to be making all of these antlers that we're banking into bolts, probably at the end of the video. I did bank some, and then I chiseled some, and then, I banked some again, so it really just depended on what mood I was in. But yeah, you can kind of mix it up when you're hunting these antelopes and do it your way, so it makes it a little bit more interesting in my opinion. We should also get close to 28 mil hunter XP this video, and along with covering the next antelopes and the salamanders, I should be getting 30 mil hunter in a matter of days. So it's a nice little XP milestone there. But with that being said, we are 1 hour into the video so far. We managed to catch 197 Moonlight Antelopes, so let's go ahead and go sell the antlers and the meat and the fur. Now keep in mind, I would have made a little bit more GP had I made these antelope antlers into bolts, but again, we're going to learn from our mistakes and do that next time. We're not going to be selling anything from this point on. I just wanted to see what I can expect to make from this video. We don't want to see like 200k an hour. So either way, after selling all of these items, surprisingly 1.3 mil, 1341k, 88k XP an hour. That's good enough for me to, commit to 10 hours worth. I mean, that's decent GP, and the XP is not bad. I wish it was a little bit more, but I will take it. It would be also cool if there was like a unique drop here. I absolutely love how Jagex added a unique drop when you're hunting the immature salamanders that they released recently. You can get a big salamander, and that's what I'm going to be hunting for in a few days. So that'd be cool if you could get like a miniature antelope to follow you around, but there's already so many pets, I guess that wouldn't get voted for. What do I know? But either way, yeah, really was a relaxing grind. When I was in here, most people who would hop into these worlds, when they would see me, they would just politely leave because it is most efficient when there's just one person here. That's my opinion, but I'm pretty sure I'm right because even when I'm alone here, sometimes there will be a few seconds where no antelope spawns. So I imagine if two people are hunting, you might run into that a lot and also just have to compete for the antelope. Everyone's trying to use these teasing sticks on these antelopes, so, it's you know, it's a little bit competitive, but if you can find an empty world, then it makes for a relaxing grind, especially the quick banking. There was very little times that I ever lost my world, so when I would, though, I would just hop because I don't really care. All right, we are 2 hours in. Now, it is important to note that there are trees in this location, but again, I kind of was set in my ways here. I didn't want to waste time cutting or using my knife on the trees just to get a few logs and extend my trip. That might be the most efficient way to do this. I'm really not sure, but I don't know. I feel like my average hour was pretty much what the wiki said, dead on at 91 to 99 hunters. So with that being said, I think I'm all right. I didn't want to use the trees around me. I'm already hunting the antelopes. You know, I just don't need to use the trees. Now, on March 27th, they did update the respawn time from 54 seconds to 27 seconds. So that is really good for me because I started this video right after that update happened. It wasn't intentional, which means that I definitely would have gotten some slower results had they not updated the respawn time. So I'm really happy that they did that. I'm pretty sure they did it with the Moonlight Antelope as well. So that'll help out for that video. But other than that, you know, not much to talk about regarding this one. There's just a spawn of 4 of them. They're level 47. They're in the Hunter Guild Underground. And every time you hunt them, you get 450 Hunter XP. You get some big bones, the antler, the fur, and the raw moonlight meat from them, which is beneficial in more ways than one. I haven't really been stacking up or cooking any of this meat or buying it. I've just been selling it, you know, because I've been hunting it. So one day I look forward to using this meat, but I don't know when. You know, it's a very fascinating element to add to bossing and just, you know, Slayer and PVM in general. So we'll see how useful that comes to be in the future with the meat sack and everything. But other than that, this is obviously something that you can do for about an hour and just calculate what you can expect if you decide to, you know, want to train your hunter here. Maybe you're just kind of tired of chinchompas or herbivore, whatever it may be that you are hunting. This is a nice change of pace, and the prices are decent right now. I mean, 1.3 mil an hour is not that bad at all. I mean, of course, it could be better, you know, it always can be better, but I'll take it. And since this is relatively new, you know, you're going to make the most profit early on. The sooner the better, because the longer this update stays in the game, the more people that start hunting these things, maybe bots get involved. God, we definitely don't want to see that. And then boom, you know, the prices of all these things will crash and burn, as we've seen with so many other items related to skilling in RuneScape. Sad times when bots come to it. So hopefully these bots stay away from the Hunter Guild, you know, keep making these low-level, or I should say med-level hunter methods some decent profit per hour, a little bit more motivation for people to check out this new content. But everything I've done so far, I can honestly say I have enjoyed for the most part. And if it does get a little bit repetitive, that's what I have my Iron Man for, to keep me entertained on the side. So with all that being said, the 10 hours is finally coming to a close here. Thank you guys very much for watching as well. I know after the first hour, you can basically calculate the results of this video. So if you do watch the whole thing, it helps retention and it helps me out. So thank you. 1 hour left on the timer, coming to a close here. I did pause the timer when I decided to use my chisel on all of the antelope antlers for bolts at the Grand Exchange. So yeah, I didn't waste any time with that. And there we have it. Loot from 10 hours of hunting Moonlight Antelopes has been completed. I actually forgot to press enter, so you guys didn't see the ending message as usual. But yeah, after selling off the first hour loot, we are left with an additional 1,679 Moonlight Antelope meat, as well as the fur. I'm going to go ahead and put the Moonlight meat in for 1,800 each, and they did sell instantly, so that was nice. I was just using the GE tracker to see what the current price was. I put the fur in for approximately 980, a little bit above average, and it did sell, but unfortunately the bolts were not selling for 320 GP each, so I decided to lower them just a little bit down to 300, and overall it still made me more money had I, you know, sold the antlers instead. So now we're going to collect all of our money. Looks like the bolts were the main profit. Following that, the meat, and then of course the fur. 10 hours has been completed. 839k Hunter XP gained in 10 hours, so we averaged our 84k an hour. A little bit less than I expected, but I guess I got a little lazy. 17k prayer XP, as well as 15k fletching. Side note, I did get 80k mage XP from imbuing, but overall we did make 12 million GP, just a little bit more than that. Yeah, 1.2 mil an hour hunting Moonlight Antelopes. Requires 91 hunter. Pretty laid back method, and it is close to a bank, so there's multiple options whether you want to bank or not. But I really did enjoy this grind, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to all of the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, and our newest tier 3 HYDRA, LettuceAttak. Thank you. Also, I did recently update my playlists. If you want to check them out on YouTube, we have the newest edition, the 8-hour series, as well as picking up trash, and all of my hour series ranging from 100 down to 30, and just some miscellaneous series from old videos that you can watch as well. It's all there in the description below. So thanks for checking that out in advance. And until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.